Welcome to Find It in Fergus Falls. I'm Lisa Workman with the Fergus Falls Area Chamber of Commerce. Well, it is back to school time. The kids are back in school, and there are still a lot of fun things and fun activities going on this fall. And on this show, we're going to talk about fun things for the little kiddos, plus some fun things for the big kiddos. Our guest today will be from Otter, Cove, Early Childhood, and I-94 Sure Step Speedway. Stay tuned.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. It's all about the kiddos today, and so I have great guests joining us on the show. Katie Gano, the Executive Director of Otter Cove Children's Museum. Welcome, glad to have you in the studio.
Glad to be here, thank you.
And Melissa Amundsen is here with the Fergus Falls School District's Early Childhood Program. Melissa, glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you, it's exciting.
Yeah, well, it is a back to school time, and I think there are parents that are, and kids, everyone is very excited that, the little kids are getting picked up on the bus and riding to school and coming home with homework, and, that can be a exciting time, but also challenging too, because especially if there's multiple kids in the family, and then maybe one of the little ones doesn't get on the bus, and they're sad, and now mom's like, uh-oh, I had the other ones here to entertain each other, now what? So that's why we brought you guys on the show, right? Got all kinds of fun stuff to talk about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so between Early Childhood and Otter Cove, I would imagine that there are enough things to keep a family busy for a very long time.
Yes, there absolutely. Yes, there's no shortage. Yep.
So I see you've got the Early Childhood booklet there, Melissa.
Yeah.
Now, is that mailed out to families?
This was. So this is mailed out to all families who are on the school district census. And so if you are new to the district, or you've just moved in or just had a child, give us a call and we'll add you to our mailing list. But this went out to all families. They're also around the community. You'll find it in a lot of places.
Including the chamber office.
Of course. And so we have all of our classes in here from now until the end of December.
Fantastic. Well, let's talk a little bit about some of those classes that parents can bring their littler ones to.
Yeah, so we have our Early Childhood Family Education, Lisa, and those classes are for children and families from birth to age 5. And so those classes happen morning, afternoon, or in the evenings to kind of work around family schedules.
Sure.
And the families attend with their children, and so sometimes they're ongoing once a week for 6 to 12 weeks, depending on the class. There's portions where the children and the families come in, they play together in a classroom environment, they explore and learn with a licensed early childhood teacher. And then some portions of the classes, we have additional parenting class time. And so the parents separate from their children. The children stay in the classroom with that licensed early childhood teacher. And the parents or the caregivers go and they get to have a little adult time and talk about children and all the things that parenting brings.
Because there are no instruction booklets when you're with the little kids, and sometimes you're like, what am I doing?
Yeah, so they have this fantastic time where they can connect with others, they can make friends and connections, but also just that support that some families are really wanting as they're going through those different stages. And Miss Linda is one of our parent educators. Many people know Miss Linda, and she just brings a wealth of knowledge as a licensed parent educator, and so we're really excited about that. We also have a lot of one-time classes, so if that ongoing once-a-week thing just doesn't work into your schedule, or there's older siblings and lots of sports and all those things going on, we have one-time events as well that happen. And so some of those one-time events are held at our building. Others are community connection classes, which is fantastic. We partner with lots of places. One of them being Otter Cove. So we're excited to be partnering with them for one of our one-time classes, and kind of a sneak peek with our ECFE class into Otter Cove's world.
Yeah, so Katie, we should talk a little bit about that partnership and the kind of a one-time class. I'm guessing it's going to be at Otter Cove Children's Museum?
It will be at Otter Cove, yes, Monday, November 15th.
Okay.
And there'll be 2 sessions that day. Is it 4 to 5 and?
There'll be
4:35, 5:30, and 6 to 7. Yes.
Yes, and so kiddos are welcome to come with their families. They'll be able just to explore Otter Cove as kind of a private play date. It won't be open to the public, and then there'll be a circle time with the entire group at the end.
That'll be a whole lot of fun too, and again, a nice little experience for them to visit Otter Cove, as well as, you know, again, being part of their early childhood education. And both of you guys have been involved in early childhood education. You know, you bring that wealth of experience too. So let's talk, Melissa, a little bit about, you know, you said, well, you come out to our building. Well, folks, this is the one that is right by Nelson Auto Center and Caribou Coffee and Mattress Firm, and it had a bullseye on the building before, and we're not going to say the T word.
No,
you know,
we won't.
but because I think what's fantastic is that that building, after being vacated, has been repurposed in such a fabulous facility, the brand new Lincoln School. So, Melissa, tell us a little bit about how exciting that is for early childhood.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Fergus Falls Public School District has invested in their earliest learners. And so they purchased the vacated building and have completely renovated it into just a beautiful new space that houses all the district's early childhood programs. So in there are early childhood family education classes, our Otter preschool classes, and then we have a community partner who leases space with us, and that's Children's Corner.
Right.
And so that child care center is in the building as well. So we're really child-centered, child-focused, and really, encouraging that young learning at this time of their lives.
Yeah,
So,
and what's really cool about it, I think and we encourage folks to, make an appointment for a tour, get out there, sign up for the classes, of course, but the gym space that's available, like, I wouldn't have thought that there was a gymnasium in there, and when we had Chamber Cafe there and went on tour afterwards, seeing the little kids riding around on the little scooters, and lots of space for them to burn off some energy.
there is, yes. So besides the beautiful gym space, we have an outdoor space, a large green space for running and playing, and then the classrooms are designed for those littlest learners. And so the space is just beautiful, and we encourage, give a call, and we will be more than happy to give a tour. We also have a virtual tour online that Jessie Thorstead put together through the school district. So if you aren't able to come out, you can check out our Facebook page and find that as well.
Yeah, and that's fabulous. So, Melissa, talk about some of the different types of classes that are offered for early childhood for the littlest learners.
Yeah, so we have some classes that take place in the morning. They're typically an hour and a half to 2 hours. And they come in, they're able to play, learn, explore. They're very child focused and really emphasizing that the parents and caregivers are the child's first and most important teacher. And we're really play based.
Sure.
And so all the fun things, the messy things that maybe families don't want to do at home,
Or
come to us,
They're
do it
bringing
here, leave that there, and but they get to do those things that they normally maybe wouldn't take part in.
Sure.
Another piece that has really become a fun thing for us to see is the friendships that evolve between families who come to our classes, and so that's a really exciting piece. We have some afternoon classes that are directly targeted to certain audiences. So
Sure.
we have some baby classes. We have a baby class that's being offered this fall in the kind of mid to late afternoon. So that one's specifically for babies. We have an infant and toddler class specifically, and then we have mixed age classes so that 0 to 5 year olds
Very cool.
can all attend.
So if they've got multiple kiddos
There
in that
it
group,
is.
they can bring them all. And again, the brochure lists all the different classes. I would imagine classes fill up, especially because there are more and more families moving to the area. We encourage folks to register early for them.
We do, yes. Registration opened this past week, and so registration does fill up. It is online. It's through our website, and we'll share that at the end. And then we also have and just multiple opportunities. If you don't have a computer, you're welcome to call, stop in for registration and things as well. So lots of opportunities. Some specialty classes, some music classes. We have 2 opportunities for music classes, a grandparents class where
fun.
grandparents can bring their grandkids and enjoy kind of a special time just for them. So
Very cool.
Lots
Lots of opportunities for learning and playing.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Absolutely.
Might be past that age, but that's okay. We won't tell anyone. And so, Katie, you bring that early childhood education into Otter Cove as well. So you're not just the executive director of Otter Cove Children's Museum. You have that experience of being involved in kids. And so tell us about some of the things that are going to be happening and what kids can learn at Otter Cove.
Yes, absolutely. The possibilities are really endless for learning at Otter Cove. We have a few kind of special events coming up as we kick off the school year. We'll be doing a terrific Thursdays class with Jean Kugler. We'll be coming for kind of that same age group, ages 0 to 5, an opportunity to come and play with their families. They'll be able to just to explore circle time kind of in that private setting again.
Sure.
And then some group facilitated time as well. So we're super excited about that. That's coming up at the end of this month. We're also going to be doing a bookmaking class in October. Kiddos can come and make their own book with Michelle Tweed, an area author. That's something new we haven't offered before, so really excited. That'll be a little bit for older kids, kind of the 4 to 10, an opportunity for those older kids to come and create. And then we're also just open for play. Kids and families can come and play anytime during our open hours.
Yeah, we should share with folks what the back to school hours are, what the current hours are at Otter Cove.
Yes, so it's a little bit all over the place. But so we're closed on Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we're open 9 to 1. Fridays are open 9 to 1 and 3:30 to 6:30. So there's an opportunity to come after school.
Sure.
We're open 9 to 4 on Saturdays and then noon to 5 on Sundays. So we've extended our hours a little bit and hoping to continue extending into the colder months.
Definitely. Well, I'm sure that'll be a really fun destination. And so one of the things too is that families can purchase memberships then and come anytime. Right? Tell us a little bit about how that works.
Yes, so we have several different membership options that we just rolled out. So we have an annual membership that covers 4 people from the same household for a year, and they can come anytime to play during that year. They don't have to pay admission every time.
Sure.
That's $150 for a family of 4 for a full
That's a
year
really
of
good
play.
deal.
It is, yeah. And then we just rolled out some new memberships as well. We have a 3-month membership option and a 1-month membership option. Same benefits, just a shorter period of time
Sure.
for those folks that maybe aren't sure if the annual membership is right for them, or maybe
Yep.
they're just here, in the summer months. Gives them that opportunity. And then we do have our day pass as well too, so you can just drop in and play.
Right. And speaking of playing and creating, what's happening these days in the maker space?
This week we've had back to school activities in the maker shop this week. I think they're making their own school bus.
Cool.
We've got a few different kind of puzzles and building in some of those early literacy pieces too. And then I know we've got, I think, kind of health week coming up too, practicing washing our hands really well and fruits and vegetables.
Good idea.
Yeah. So we head into the cold and flu season.
Yep. Keep those kiddos healthy.
Yes.
Makes a difference in
Absolutely.
the families. Well, there are lots of activities. Like I said, with summer kind of wrapping up and the bigger kids off to school, sometimes the parents or grandparents and caregivers are maybe challenged with, oh my gosh, what do I do now? You guys have some great solutions for them and resources and activities and again, things to look forward to. Lots of fun to be had this fall. Anything that we missed?
I think we're good.
All
Just,
right.
we're open to all families. We do have free and reduced rates available. The school district really just wants to encourage everyone to
Yep.
participate in our classes, and so we don't want that to be a barrier for anybody. And so we welcome everybody, and we hope that people can come and join us.
It's a good point to bring up that things are available to folks. Don't let the dollars prohibit you from participating. Give either one of these great gals a call and they would be able to talk you through any options like that. So again, we encourage folks to sign up for those classes, get the registrations, make the plans. Let's look forward to some great fun times with the little kiddos, the littlest learners in the fall time. Thanks gals for joining us on the show today.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll be back after a little break.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you were really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Well, we are on location today at I-94 Sure Step Speedways with new track owner, relatively new track owner, Don Shaw, racer, and the official I-94 Sure Step track season here, the regular season has wrapped up, but it's almost like season 2, right? With getting ready for the Wissota 100 coming to town. Don, you guys have been working nonstop all year, really.
Yeah, you just got me off the tractor, so yes.
Literally pulled him off the tractor to come in and talk about what the season has been like, and let's talk a little bit about, tell us a little bit about the prep work that's going on right now for the Wissota 100.
Well, what we're trying to do right now is get ready for, there's going to probably be about 8,000 people here. Maybe
Woo!
Yeah,
We love that.
maybe more than that. And we're just thinking that's fans. I mean, we still got the pit people and everything, so who knows what the numbers really are. Wissota does at the end of the year when
Definitely.
it counts. But my hopes is 10,000, and it's just a good showing then for everybody.
It is, and it's great for the community, and like you said, you guys are not only, it's not just getting the track ready, I mean, you gotta get the pits ready,
Yeah.
the camping ready.
Camping, the electrical, the new shower and toilets that we're putting in over there, the roads for the pits. I mean, you name it. The parking, because everything has to be parked perfectly in order to fit.
Right.
450 campers in there, and
Wow.
400race car haulers.
Which is amazing. Like on a normal race night, you'd see 100, 150
Yep.
cars out here. So we're going to triple that. And then they're staying from September 14th through they'll roll out on the 19th.
Yes,
So on Sunday the
Tuesday
19th.
through Saturday.
And I would bet you'll probably have teams showing up probably as early as Monday, people setting up campers, all
Yes.
kinds of stuff.
They want to get in now because they want their spots, but of course, we're still busy working. We're still hooking up electricity for all the campers out here that want to plug in. So that's a new feature this year. So that'll be nice for, I don't know, about 50 of them out there.
Right.
And it's just, and then we got the handicap accessible ones. So that'll be nice for them.
Definitely.
And there's just so many things that go on. Nobody understands until you have to do it.
All the little pieces that come into play with getting ready for, basically you're throwing a party for like 8,000 of your closest friends.
Absolutely. They're the ones I spend all year with, whether it's here or another racetrack or whatever. It's a lot of people. We all know each other. It's a small world, in the racing community.
Right.
And hopefully we can bring more and more new people in on this sport because it is a blast. I think you come pretty much every week.
Yeah, we're kind of regulars.
Yeah. And, we have tailgating out here so people can sit on their tailgates. Cook their own food, or we have our food here that we sell.
It's really good too.
Yep, and sit in the stands, and that's one thing that we did do when we came. Is first thing I wanted to do is update the kitchen and make that one of the reasons you want to come here.
The concessions are worth it, definitely. And so we should talk a little bit about that now, Don. You are, this is your second season, the second year of owning I-94 Sure Step Speedway. First year, we'll just, it was a pandemic, so you had fiery hoops to jump through to get this sport rolling.
I did. When I first bought it, I thought, oh man, bad timing. But after I thought about it for a week or two, I thought this is absolutely good timing. It gave me time to kind of put my head into it and see what I wanted to update and do at the track here. And in the meantime, as COVID was going on, I was in conversation with the county people and Mayor Ben, and they said I could go ahead with it once they opened things up a little bit there, as long as I could follow guidelines and do what I was supposed to. And the unique thing about this racetrack, it is large enough that you can section this thing off in 4 or 5 different sections and have different avenues to get in and out. I mean, this place is large.
It's huge.
it's good for that reason, but bad for paying taxes.
Yeah, there you go, there you go. Well, we certainly appreciate that investment
Yeah.
to our local economy here. So, like you said, you've gone through the first season, we've wrapped up the 2021. See, I can't keep track of the years because of that whole
Right.
COVID thing. And now we're rolling right into the Wissota weekend, the Wissota 100. You know, as a track owner, you bring a history yourself as a driver, so you bring a great perspective into that too. Tell us a little bit about your driving career.
Well, I did it for a long time.
Are you not going to tell us how many years?
A long time, not quite 30, but close. And I've had a lot of success, a lot of it being here also. I travel around a lot in a race also, so it helps me go to different racetracks and adapt to the track easy,
Right.
that type of thing. But for me, when I really wanted to buy this track or do what I'm doing now, 3 to 5 years down the road, not now, but
The opportunity was
the
there,
opportunity
right?
was here. Dick passed away, Carla was ready to move on and let somebody take the reins, and I just had to make the decision that the place needed somebody in here to keep it rolling.
Right, and someone who really cared about the sport, not just the business. Dick and Carla were here for so many years and made so many great adjustments and modifications and improvements on the track, really brought it back to life. And now you as the new owner are taking that to the next level. Again, like you said, you're adding the showers and bathrooms for those that are camping here, adding electricity out in the camping area right outside the main track area. Again, as you said, upgraded the concessions and bringing that driver's perspective to the track too. So I just love it when we come to the races and we see you and you're like, okay, you're out, you know, what we call farming the track.
Yeah,
you know, you're
yeah.
out working the track, making sure it's
Yeah.
great. And then you might be out in your car once or twice a season to make sure that it's up to snuff.
Or that I'm self-capable.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, it's fun to get out there every now and then, but you know, my main thing is the track and the people that come here to watch, the people that come here to race. I want the track ready. I want the whole facility ready for the people to come watch, and if that means me missing nights of racing, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm probably ready for my next adventure in life, which I'm into now. But like I said, a little sooner than I wanted, but I still get to race in the wintertime down in Arizona and different places like that.
That's good. That's
so
good.
yeah, I
Keep you
still
on your
do it.
toes.
Yeah, it keeps me a little
So he's
bit
not
fresher.
he's not checked out from racing yet. So you young guys don't think you're gonna like be able to pass him quite yet.
Not quite yet, but I tell you what, when you're not in the seat every week, you can
Makes a difference.
tell you're just not on it as good as you should be.
Well, speaking of that, you know, you guys have done a great job this year of incorporating youngsters into this sport. Everything from different kids' nights, which we got to thank, you know, there were racers and their families who put together some great bike giveaways and the candy tosses and, you know, things like that for the kids. Throughout the season, youngsters got in free, which was great for families. And then also, you know, doing a meet and greet where it was so cool to have the drivers passing out their kind of like trading cards, but posters and autographs and things. So you guys are really making it a family affair out here.
Well, I learned a long time ago that it's easier to get the kid here and want to be here because they can drag the parents to the track.
Yes, we all know
If
who
it's the
runs the
opposite
family.
way, they got to tell the kids they have to come, then it's a fight.
Yes.
But no, we cater to the kids a lot here just because it's our future.
Absolutely.
And I don't care whether it's a fan or whether it's a racer. That's why we do the short trackers. It's you know, you bring them in on that, and before you know it, they're in a, you know, late model.
Yep, they're working their way up to the big horsepower.
Yes.
So when we talk about the racing and things like that and starting them young, I bet there are probably some folks watching who haven't been to the races. We should kind of give them a little tutorial on, well, I don't have flags with me. I do actually have my own set of flags at the chamber. We'll use them at Chamber Cafe too. But we should give them a little primer, like if they see the white flag, what does that mean?
1 lap to go.
Okay, if they see the yellow flag.
That is a caution, somebody spun out or you got to slow down.
Okay, let's see, green flag.
That's the start of the race, that's green to go.
And the black and white checkered?
That is what you want to see when you're a driver.
Definitely. And occasionally the flag you don't want to see, there's a couple of them.
The
black flag.
Yeah, and then the blue and yellow.
Blue and the yellow means you got traffic coming up behind you.
That means you better hold your line because somebody's coming by you.
Yep. So it's good to know for folks that are watching if they haven't been key in on racing, what some of those different things.
I just wish a lot of people that haven't went to a race would bring their family and whatever and come give it one night, because if they do and they see what happens here, it's mad chaos.
Yes.
Controlled.
And controlled. Exactly. You're the chaos coordinator.
Yeah. But it is. It's crazy. It's crazy fun.
Yeah, it is, and very well organized. The action keeps moving all night. Of course, Wissota track will be live and roaring
Yes.
September 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th.
Yep.
18th?
18th.
Yeah, Saturday
Yes.
night. That's
Saturday
a big night.
night's a big night.
Big night. Parade of Champions,
Yep.
all the cool stuff.
Yep.
We encourage folks to come out. Tickets, they can hit the I-94 Speedway website or the Chamber's website, and it'll go right to Wissota. You can
Yep.
purchase tickets online. Tickets
Yep.
could be available at the gate.
Yes, tickets are available at the gate. I think it's online, they said, until Friday night.
Okay.
And after that, it's at the gate. You can buy each night, or you can buy the whole package for the week.
Right.
So,
The idea is you come the first night, and you're going to want to come every night
You
then.
are.
You will be hooked, guaranteed.
yep. And it starts off Tuesday night. I think we have short trackers and Mod 4.
Ooh, those are fun too.
Yep,
Both
they
of
have
those.
a complete show, and then the rest of the classes will be practicing.
Okay.
So then that's Tuesday night, and then Wednesday is when all the action starts for all the other classes.
Big roaring racing.
But the Saturday night when they do the parade.
Yeah, the Parade of Champions is absolutely stunning.
That's when all 350 cars or whatever's here is out on the track at one time.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's almost magical. Like they have to practice that because it is so well choreographed and
And
pretty impressive.
what's odd about that is we don't, and it's racers, so you wouldn't think that could ever happen. But they do listen when they have to.
Absolutely. Well, your team has worked hard all season. This is the kind of the grand finale of the season here at I-94 Sure Step Speedway. You've had a great team here putting things together, and we should give them a big thank you
Yes,
for
sure.
wow, they've worked some hours.
All of my people, there's people here that don't really even get paid. They donate their time, and it's crazy, and I know I'm going to miss a ton of people, but you know, my major backbone people that are here every week and taking care of the track and the stuff up here in the offices. One of them is my daughter, Kiana. Of course, she's my right-hand person.
I've talked to her on the phone.
Yep.
I don't know if I've met her in person yet, but maybe over Wissota weekend.
You will. But she's a little spitfire, so once you meet her, you'll
I wonder where she gets that
from. And then we got Scott and Deb Angford. They have been here since this place is open, and I tell you, they're the backbone of this place. They know
everything going on.
They know all the little ins and outs of everything, and helped me get through all them small things. I knew what I needed to know here, but then the small things is where it really helps to have somebody like that
Definitely.
have your back.
Definitely, yeah.
You know.
Great crew.
And then we got, Carla. She comes every now and then. She's still amazing
awesome.
help to us, and the best person you could ever meet. She really is.
Oh, she's a sweetie.
Yep. And that's I half the reason I bought this place is I didn't want her to, have to deal with it by herself anymore. So she's and she'll step in anytime I ask her to. I know she will, and she's just that good of a person.
Definitely.
So, we got all of our people on the track. We've had. When I stepped into this deal, I didn't have to hire many new people. It
They
was
all wanted
all
to
here.
stay.
Yep.
It gets in your blood, like you said, from the crew that's all keeping the track, great for the drivers, to those that are working tickets, concessions. It really makes it such a great event. Again, I invite anyone in the Fergus Falls area to come out for the Wissota 100. You're guaranteed to have a first class event out here. You will not believe that you were in Fergus Falls. This is definitely a premier racetrack and a great experience out there for both the fans as well as the drivers and their entourage, their fans.
Yes.
Lots of them.
Yes, and we'll make it as good as we can. And you know as well as I do, I don't like parade laps. I don't like guys sitting around. I want to be out on that
It gets
track.
moving.
all the time.
Yep, it's absolutely a blast. And of course, we're excited to welcome thousands of people into Fergus Falls. During the daytime, they'll be camping, they'll be headed out dining, they'll be visiting restaurants and shopping and doing all those things, picking up their last minute supplies. Maybe they forgot a lawn chair, or maybe they need, who knows, steaks, what have you. They'll be out in the community too. So we want to welcome those race fans when
For sure. And
come into the community.
Yeah, hopefully they go to, you know, all of our sponsors that help us out here, and a lot of the businesses in town here. I know it's got to be a help to town when
Absolutely.
they come, because that's a lot of people for 5 days.
It's a big boost to our community economically. It's a great event. When you think about the economics of it, there's so much money that's spent right here in Fergus Falls when they're spending about a week here. A lot of people may not think about it, but all that local option sales tax that's collected helps fund local projects like paying for our library. So thank you for that, for bringing all the people here. It helps pay for the Fergus Falls Public Library and any other projects that the city has coming. So.
One thing that stood out this year was our July 2nd, which was our July 4th night here. We had a $5 night, I think it was that night. So we had a lot
it was Jam the Stands, fan appreciation.
We had
it
a
was
lot
awesome.
of fans here, and then we had the fireworks afterwards. And I tell you what, if I can, first thing I'd like to do is thank the Dirkmans for stepping in and helping on that. And
Wayne Dirkman and his family, they
yeah,
stepped up.
Wayne and Brad and family there, they stepped up big time and helped me with that fireworks display. So
it was a fantastic show.
Yeah,
fantastic fireworks.
I was so busy I didn't get to watch the whole thing. You thought it was dark. You thought I could be sitting around watching it, but I didn't really get to. So, but everybody said it was awesome, and I only want to kind of keep building on that each year and stuff. That's one of the things that really, I think, brings the racetrack and the community together. And I think if I talk to the city, I'm hoping that we can get something better yet for next year. I don't know when the 3rd or 4th live.
The Friday of the 4th of July weekend.
It is?
Of that weekend.
Of that
we
weekend,
can count
okay.
on Friday night fireworks
Yes.
here at I-94.
There will definitely be that. So, like I said, it takes people like that, the local community, to help us put on shows in order to, you know what I mean, keep this revolving. It's not a moneymaker, trust me. It's more of a passion. You know, some of the people that have stepped up big around here is one of the major ones that I said before is Silver Dollar has went above and beyond what they used to do in sponsorship. And it really amazed me, because when I first met up with everybody in town here, I thought, well, it's just a saloon, whatever, okay, that's going to be a decent sponsorship and not a big one. Well, people that all of a sudden like that just step up and you know, start.
Sander is a serial entrepreneur. He's an amazing guy. He's made some great investments in Fergus Falls, and it's good to see that business going back and forth between one another.
Yep. And you know, we got on-site wash. Brock Grunwald, he helps out around
Rockstar.
here a ton.
He does.
He does. He you know.
He and his family.
And I should really blame him half of this for being here, because he talked me into doing this.
You didn't call out Brock.
So that was one of the things there, and you know, and there's just so many. If you look down on if you pan out and look out here on the boards and stuff for the local, you know, we got. Well, first of all, we got the big one that's been with us for a while is Minnesota Motors.
Absolutely.
And they provide a beautiful vehicle for us all year long with the logos on it and everything like that. It's awesome.
The Minnesota Motor Chevrolet Pace truck. You
yep.
see it every week going around with the flags on it.
And they,
the kids waving out of the back seat.
Yep, and when they have their night over here in their sponsorship area, they have one heck of a party.
Good. They deserve it. They've been working hard too.
Yes. So, no, like I say, all of the people that help out here, it's amazing. I've not had a problem with anybody in town. It's very welcoming.
Very welcoming, and too, we want to thank all the local drivers and the local sponsors of all the many cars. It's fun to see drivers from Fergus Falls and Elizabeth and Earhart and Dalton and all over. And of course, for Wissota weekend, we will see cars from all over the region. They come from Wisconsin and Iowa, North and South Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, Nebraska, Michigan, And I'm probably gonna miss a few,
Yeah,
but, you know,
yeah.
and if is the
They
border
do.
open, are we gonna get some Canadian drivers
They
down
are,
this year?
yes,
All right, so
yes.
we'll be seeing them too, so.
They are, and they are coming down. There was a few down 2 weeks ago, so
Well,
they must have opened it up a while ago.
It'll be a great week. WISSOTA Week is September 14th through the 18th here at I-94 Sure Step Speedway. Don Shaw, thank you so much for joining us on our show today.
Okay.
Looking forward to seeing you
more
then.
thing.
Oh yeah, we get one more.
One more
Stay
thing.
tuned. Oh,
Talking
yeah,
about
one more.
local people.
Yeah.
I got this friend of mine now, a couple of them, Larry Samuelson. He
yeah.
has helped us tremendously, and I want to
He
thank
drives
him.
too.
And he's a driver of the limited late model. He's got a black car, number 11. So
Cheer
anybody see him out there, cheer for him and stuff. And Scott Rachels, he's been awesome to work with. He's worked with the city in the past, so
Definitely.
to get that lingo going between us has really helped.
Good deal. A lot of local partners, and
Oh,
again, thank you for
amazing.
making the investment in Fergus Falls, and
Yep.
we hope for a great WISSOTA Week.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back after a little break.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Well, welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. I want to thank our great guest today, Don Shaw with I-94 Sure Step Speedway, Katie Gano with the Otter Cove Children's Museum, and Melissa Amundsen with the Fergus Falls School District's Early Childhood Department. If you want to learn more about these great organizations or find out the calendar of events, check out the Chamber's website at fergusfalls.com. I'm Lisa Workman. This has been Find It in Fergus Falls, and we will see you again next week.